Okay, this is part two from my test, my soil test results. Kind of wanted to go over those numbers with you, and I just want to show you the lawn, how it's looking so far as it's coming out of dormancy. And you can kind of see, obviously, with the comparison of the neighbor's lawn, they don't really do a whole lot, or if anything at all. So it's kind of nice to see the difference with what I'm doing seems to be working over the last year or two. And overall, it's looking fairly green. Looks pretty good as it's coming out. We've had some warm temperatures recently. It's going to be dipping a little bit lower into the 30s next week. I think 5 days below freezing is what I'm seeing. So I was gonna put down the fertilizer next week, but I'm gonna wait a week or so, just kind of see how that plays out. I don't want to put it down if there's going to be multiple days of freezing overnights. So anyways, that's pretty much that. Pretty satisfied with where it's looking so far. Haven't even applied anything yet. I did do a lot in the fall as far as nitrogen and adding some phosphorus as well to help with that root development. So I wanted to kind of show you some of the results where I'm at right now from my soil test kit that I got from Amazon. I sent this in 7 days. Actually, I sent it on a Monday, and then I got the results back exactly 7 days later on a Monday. It's nice that you can actually track on their website once you log in. It says when they received it, so you get an email notification on that, and then you can also see on the status bar that they have where it shows that they're processing it. So it's kind of nice, and then within 2 hours the results were available. So very quick. Very impressed with what I saw so far. So here's where I'm at, and as you can see, let's start with here on the left side. So NPK ratios, of course, are going to be low. The lawn uses that up over the season, so you have to constantly replenish that throughout the growing season. So I figured those were going to be low. Not as low as I've seen some others, but I did apply a lot of product last fall, so that helped kind of store some of that. And the sulfur was low, so I can correct that with a couple different options. I thought about looking at applying some gypsum to the lawn, but I noticed in the label I was looking at, it had a lot of calcium in it, and I'm already high on calcium, so I don't want anything with calcium or magnesium. So I'm going to stay away with gypsum. So what I want to do is I have some 19 I'm going to apply within the next week or two, depending on what the temps are looking like, in half doses. So I'll start with half application, and then I'll do the whole lawn, and then 2 weeks later I'll do the other half, just to kind of spoon feed it a little bit. I don't want to shock the lawn and get too much of one thing right now, especially as it's coming out of dormancy. I want it to ease into the process. So the other thing I wanted to look at was the pH. So the pH over here it's in optimal range, but it's on the higher side of that, I would say. So I was kind of looking at some different options to possibly lower that just a little bit, lower it naturally. A couple different options you can do. You can by adding sulfur, it's going to help raise that level up, and that's going to help lower the pH slightly, or it might over time, and especially for dense clay soils. And you can also use some different fertilizers and applications that have sulfur in them. So you can also use organic material, maybe some biostimulants, biochar, some of the natural soil amendments you could add to it. So that's something I'm going to do, and I'm going to actually look into some ammonium sulfate, like a 2100 from Lowe's. I think they have it on sale, or it's actually pretty cheap. I can't remember exactly what the price was, but it was 20-something bucks a bag for, I think, 40-pound bag or something similar to that. So I'll do that. That's nice because it has it's higher in nitrogen, but it has no magnesium and no calcium. So that's what I'm going to be working with. And as far as the gypsum, I didn't want to use that because that's, like I said, it's high in calcium. Although it has the sulfur in it, I didn't want to do anything to add magnesium or calcium. So what the sulfur can also do is it can help repair some of the salt and animal waste in the lawn, and it can help overall with breaking up that heavy clay soil to help with drainage, and can also encourage some of the deep root development. So that's what I'm going to be working with, and I kind of wanted to show you just the results. So overall, not too bad. Boron's one of those things that aids in new plant growth by helping absorb some of those nutrients, but I'm not really too concerned about that. It's such a minimal micronutrient. Everything else seems to be in fairly good range. So they kind of recommend some of the fertilizers here, organic 555. It's like Lawn Box on the Yard Mastery website, I believe it was, or a synthetic 12-12-12. But I'm going to add 19-19-19 in half dose. So kind of show you where I'm at, and then that's pretty much it for now. So stay tuned for more updates, and I will be posting my next video on the first app fertilizer. See you guys soon.